Hey everybody, this is Larry, this is me going with Q2 of the Bi-Weekly Contest 173, minimum sub-array length with distinct sum at least K. Hit the like button and subscribe and join me on Discord, let me know what you think about this one. This is going to be a sliding window problem, right? I think things that shows to it is that you have sub-array, and then, you can make it slightly longer, and then you make it slightly shorter, and it kind of keeps that invariant, right? However, I can also imagine that for a beginner, this is kind of a little bit of tricky medium, or at least a tricky Q2, because you have to kind of play around with two ideas at the same time already, right? I mean, let's just say fundamental ideas, basic ideas, but still, if you haven't implemented similar things, it could get tricky. And for this one, the key idea is just that for these type of problems, you have to just figure out what kind of things that you keep track of that will give you the answer. And for me, I took a little bit of time to do this one as well. But for me, it's just about keeping track of what's inside the window, right? And what do we need for inside this window? Well, we need the sum because that is in the title of the problem. Actually, let me go back to it, right? Because that's in the name of the problem, and that's what they ask you to do. You have to figure out how to distinct values, right? So that's why I keep track of a frequency table. And the reason is so that, and I'm not going over sliding windows in super detail for this video, but basically the way that I do it is that I just keep track of, okay, if the total, so we want a sliding window consists of two things, right? The right side and the left side. At least that's how I think about it. And you could choose how you kind of manipulate it, meaning you can choose to kind of loop over the right side and then play around the left, or fix the left and play around the right, or so forth. But anyway, my thing is that I will extend the subarray to be bigger, and the invariant is that we want to be smaller than K, but it's the biggest subarray that is smaller than K. That's kind of the idea here, right? Okay, so and for that there are two components. One is just to insert num sub right into the window, and we have the number, right? If it's equal to 0, or if it's not already inside the window, meaning that's a new unique number, then we just increment. We just add it to the sum. Remember, total is the sum inside the window, and then we increment the count that we've seen it before. And then now, if the window has more than K element, or the sum of the window is more than K, then we're happy. So we are going to check for the answer, right? And then, but as a result, then we ask ourselves, well, maybe we could shrink it a little bit. So then we try until it is smaller than K. It shrinks. It shrinks by removing an element from the left. So it removes this element from the frequency table. If it goes from 1 to 0, meaning that, well, this number doesn't exist in the subarray or the window anymore. So then we can subtract it from total, and then we just move the left-hand point, and then that's it. And then at the end, of course, if this was not triggered once, meaning that total was never greater than or equal to K, then we just return -1. Otherwise, we return best, and we're super happy. This is going to be linear time, linear space. It is way the complexity-wise, the complexity-wise is way standard for sliding window. And that's it. That's all I have for this one. We'll make it slightly smaller so you could see everything on one screen. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and you can watch me solve it live during the contest next. Subarray such that the sum of the distinct values at least k. Minimum length of a subarray. Okay. It's a bit awkward, but I like how the examples doesn't even clarify stuff at all. Make no attempt. It should be sliding window, right? I guess so. One. They don't have a -1 case, right, for some reason? Actually, I almost forgot that. It's a very basic case. Or basic to write. How do I do? I mean, it'll give me an exception, I think, yeah. Not super confident. There may be an edge case. Okay. I guess that was the only edge case. Those ones I always worry about off-by ones for me. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about this problem, this contest, everything in between. Stay good, stay healthy to good mental health. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye-bye.